Once you receive the ROWPU, you should unpack it and perform an inspection using Table 1 in Work Package 4 of Technical Order 40W4-20-1. Notify your supervisor if you find damaged or missing items. With the site selected, you have three different options of drawing water to the ROWPU: the strainer and float, the bare source run subsystem, and the ocean intake structure system. With a water source that does not have a lot of movement, use the strainer and float. First, connect the strainer to the end of the suction hose. Next, connect the float to the strainer with enough rope to allow the strainer to be submerged without touching the bottom. Then, connect the suction hose to raw water pump 1 if connected in a series, and connect the hoses from the raw water pumps to the ROWPU raw water inlet. If the ROWPUs are part of the bare water production subsystem, connect the ROWPUs to the raw water bladders. The raw water is pumped from the selected water source using the source run subsystem. For more details on the components and the setup of these two subsystems, see Technical Order 40W4-21-1. With the ROWPU positioned, set up the raw water pumps. Position raw water pumps as close to the ocean as possible. The best time to install the OISS well points is at low tide. Depending on the depth of the water, connect either 24 or 60-inch well point nipples to the well points and then thread the supplied elbow section using anti-seize tape. Connect a 2-inch by 25-foot hose to the 2-inch elbow fitting. Use additional sections of hose as necessary to reach the suction side of the raw water pump. Connect the gate valve assembly to the discharge side of the pump and connect enough hoses to reach the location of the first well point to be jetted. Connect the hose to the elbow of the well point. Connect the pumps to the ROWPU, and once you have primed the pump, turn it on. The water is pumped through the hoses and out of the bottom of the well point. Insert the well point into the sand and allow it to drive itself into the sand. Do not force it. Continue jetting until the well point is just above the sand level. Continue pumping water into the well point for 5 minutes to flush the fine materials. Once complete, shut off the pump and disconnect the hose. Repeat the steps to jet in the second and third well points. Once completed, connect hoses from the well points to the main suction line using the provided T-adapter and connect the adapter to the raw water pump. Before you connect the hose to raw water pump 2, flush for 10 minutes or until the water is clear. Install the backwash T on raw water pump 2 if connected in a series, or on raw water pump 1 when pump 1 is used as a standalone. The T-assembly allows the user to choose the water supply for normal and backwash operations. In normal operations, water is drawn from raw water pump 1 or directly from the water source. In backwash operations, water is drawn from the brine water bladder. Set up the product water and brine bladders in any dispensing points as required. Then connect all the hoses to the ROWPU to include the wastewater hoses. The product water hoses have blue stripes and are 1.5 inches. All the other hoses are 2 inches. Wastewater may be collected or stored with bioenvironmental or command approval. With product water bladders in place, set up the distribution pump to move the product water to a dispensing point. Once the 1.5-inch hoses and dispensing nozzle have been set up, plug the power cord into the receptacle on the ROWPU. Use the buttons on the push-button control box to operate the pump. Open the storage box and remove the pails, paddles, and beakers. Mark them and do not cross-contaminate the equipment. Ensure you are wearing the proper PPE when you mix the chemicals. Follow the steps in Work Package 7 of the TO on the proper chemical mixing procedures. Once mixing is complete, pour the mixtures into the chemical feed cans and reconnect the tubing. The ROWPU and the source of power must always be grounded. Drive the provided grounding rod at least 8 feet into the ground. Connect the ground rod conductor to the ground stud on the ROWPU. Have at least a MEP 806 generator provide power to the ROWPU. If an SDC is being used to distribute power, attach the 200 amp cable to the installed bare power adapter on the SDC. Ensure the generator and/or the SDC is grounded. If nuclear or chemical contaminants are present in your area, the ROWPU comes with additional water treatment accessories. The setup requires changes in the layout of the product water bladders. Water will be drawn from one bladder using the distribution pump through the canisters. The water is decontaminated and stored in another product water bladder. With your ROWPU, pumps, and bladders set up, you're ready to start producing water.